Well, welcome to part 27 of my WWE Smackdown Shut Your Mouth Let's Play. We're moving on to the second week of December here, back on Smackdown. We're, like I said in the earlier part a long time ago, we're alternating back and forth between shows at this point. Just a side note before we really get into anything here. I was listening to playback on the last part, and I do have a new microphone, so that's why I'm coming in a little bit echoey. I'm not trying to, but I don't really have any option over that. I mean, my last microphone went, well, it works, but it doesn't stay on my head, so, oh well. This one's a lot more comfortable, though, so I like it a lot better. Anyway, let's get on to this. Now we're talking about the match. It's going to be a six-way match, 3 from Raw, 3 from SmackDown. Obviously, I'm going to be one of the guys from SmackDown in this match for the title. And I think Jericho counts as a SmackDown superstar too, so he counts as, well, he's a SmackDown guy when he doesn't have the title. That's what I'm saying. But he'll be in the match, obviously. Now, this part here, when he asked me about if I want a single or a handicap match, I chose single just to be safe. Because I can't remember if the handicap match is you and a partner versus someone, or you versus someone and a partner. And 2-on-1 matches in this game are bullshit. I do not like playing handicap matches in this game. In most of the games, actually. They didn't start getting handicap matches right until recently, I don't think. They're just such a pain to go through. And that's part of it's because tag team matches are a pain to go through, but they're at least doable as long as you have a... I mean, it's an even match. It's 2-on-2. 1-on-2, then you have to try and knock out 2 guys, and it's keeping one of them down or while you pin the other. It's annoying. Anyway, I found a Tori Wilson backstage somewhere, and she was saying if we wanted to do something after the match, if I wanted her to be my manager. So I said sure, and then it threw me into a random match with Edge with Tori Wilson as my manager. This kind of stuff happens a lot. I mean, I think we saw it earlier with what's his name, Stan Stasiak. But you know, this one I wasn't expecting. Edge, of course, at this time, he's a bit of a mid-carder. I don't think I've talked about Edge at all yet. I'm not sure if I've fought him once or not. But anyway, at this point in time, he was definitely in the mid-card. He was working his way up. I mean, I've heard people say that Edge got hot-shotted into the main event. He did not. No way. I mean, he came in basically in the lower card in 1998. He started pretty much as a jobber. Then he joined the Brood with Christian and Gangrel, and that's where he got his start. Then Edge and Christian started, and you know, the rest of that's history. And that lasted up till sometime in 2001. And then he started going off on his own. Like, he had his tag team match. Oh, this is an awesome move. This is the move that I'm going off topic here, but that's Paige's finisher at the moment. Paige, the ex-WWE Women's Champion, or Divas Champion, I guess it is now. Really cool, kind of a sharpshooter Mexican stretch combination. I forget what the move's actually called. Anyway, back to Edge. At this point in time, like I was saying, he was in the mid-card. He was like fighting for the Intercontinental Championship, and he was in feuds with Kurt Angle. He was working with Hulk Hogan in a tag team. Definitely working his way up there. And you know, Edge is a favorite of mine. He is up. I put him in my top 3 of all time. Maybe top 3. It might be top 4. I can tell you, number 1 is Roddy Piper. Number 2 is Rob Van Dam. 3 and 4. Kind of a toss-up between Steve Austin and Edge. But, I mean, Edge, the guy, he was so entertaining to watch. He's a tall guy, but he's slim, so he could do some big power-type moves, but he could also move around a lot. And that was always entertaining. I thought he could put on some great matches. And not to mention, the guy was hilarious to listen to talk. I mean, he did the crazy thing very well. And a lot of people say Christian was better. I have never, ever seen Christian do anything better than Edge except for high-flying moves. And that's just because Christian's a smaller guy. I mean, Edge is better. That's all I'm going to say. Edge is better than Christian. There's a reason Edge broke out and Christian did not. People say that Christian was held back. No, Edge was just better. Sorry, you gotta face facts sometimes. And something you might have been noticing is that I do that pose a lot after some moves that I do that happens in my intro that you would have saw in the last part. Obviously, there are just more moves that go with that, so it's a moveset thing, I guess. But I've always used a lot of those moves, especially that roll into a dropkick. That's probably my favorite running move in the game. And, you know, it pisses my friends off when I use it, because it's a very broken move in the game, too. You roll, then you do the... If you connect, then you'll jump and do the dropkick, and then you'll go into that little stare down. Your opponent cannot move in that stare down, but you can move out of it, and you get a free hit, pretty much. Same with this Enzugiri here, too. Like, if I wanted to, I could have moved right there, right before he got up, and done some kind of move to him. Yeah, these early games weren't balanced very well. I can just imagine if we were able to go online with games like this, Shut Your Mouth, Here Comes the Pain, there would be a lot of spamming moves like that rolling dropkick, because that's how people play these games online. They look for a move that they can spam, and they just keep using it over and over and over. It's why I don't play the games online. I haven't played an online match in a wrestling game since SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, and that's almost 10 years ago now. Just wasn't fun to play through. That, and you could run into hackers sometimes. I mean, one time I remember I got into a triple threat match. This was weird. I picked Bret Hart. Another guy picked his creative wrestler, and the third guy picked Shawn Michaels. So I'm like, okay, this is gonna be cool. The match starts. Like, after the entrances are done, the match starts, and there's me, it's a creative guy, and there's Shawn Michaels, who grows to be like 40 feet tall, and then the match ends. It automatically counts as a win for that guy. So obviously he was hacking or something, but it was too funny that I couldn't be mad. And I love moments like that. I love when something is just so funny, so out there that you just can't be mad about it. And that happens a lot. It happens in wrestling games. I think I talked about one earlier where it's like a triple threat match. It was me, Austin, and Taker, I think. We just kept hitting finishers on one another. Or that time when Austin just flips me off and then hits me with a stunner. That was a good one, too. I could not be mad about that. And, you know, it doesn't just happen in wrestling games. It happens in Team Fortress 2, all kinds of other... Well, Team Fortress 2 is the only game I really play online, so that's one of the only good examples I can use. But, you know, shit like that is why I like playing games. Just something so amazing happens, and you just... Even if it's bad for you, you can't be mad. It's just... This just happened. This was so awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the fun of playing video games. If you had to ask me. Now, something you might have noticed here. I mean, I've been using some other submissions too. This kind of weird lock. I got nothing on a name for that one, but my stance changed too. I think I've got a new shoot stance, or maybe I've had that for a while. I don't know. But like I think I've said this earlier, I'm constantly changing my moveset with the new moves that I unlock. I'm waiting for a certain move to come up because I like to put it as my finisher, in this game anyway. I mean, in later games I use the creative finisher to make some kind of rolling facebuster. But in earlier games I use a different move. I mean, usually I use the Faymaster, my main finisher, until I unlock that move. But this game I decided to be different because, you know, Billy Gunn is in this game and he does use the Faymaster. So I decided, I'll just, what was my first finisher? I think I was using the complete shot just because, you know, that's the default starting finisher for someone. That or the overdrive. Or it used to be anyway. We don't see too much of that anymore, which is good. I mean, it's basically... Here, use this until we can think of something better for you. People are starting to... New editions, they have their own finishers and stuff like that. I mean, Sin Cara came in and he had his Avalanche Moonsault Slam or whatever the heck it's called. cool move, but you know, your Mystico was always botching it. Okay, yeah, that's another one of those cheap moves there. The one where Undertaker looks like you punch him, but it's actually a grapple for him. It makes you automatically punch him, and it does nothing. He just walks towards you while you back away. You can't do anything. Whereas he can do whatever he wants. Now, the CPU won't act on it. The CPU will let the whole animation play through before he does anything. But a player-controlled character, yeah, he's gonna grab you or hit you with a finisher, because I think that puts you in a groggy state, too. Anyway, let's wrap this up here with a spinning toe hold. Make the Undertaker give up, because, you know, spinning those legs around, that's gotta hurt. You know, spinning toe hold, people might think, you know, that doesn't sound like a threatening move at all, spinning a toe around. It really torques the legs. That's why it sounds like a stupid move, but it's really not. Of course, the people who think that, you know, my friends, I'm just playing some Ultimate Muscle with them, it's like, I'm listening to them make fun of Terry Man's moves, and I'm like, these are actually wrestling moves that hurt. They really do. Okay, well anyway, that's this part done. So I will see you in part 28, guys.